Hey, it's been a while. So, the effect. Guardian creates Whirlwind when charging Halberd attacks. Does it do what it says? Well, no, it doesn't. The Whirlwind doesn't come out while charging, it comes out after the charging's done. Actually, it comes out after the goddamn heavy attack itself. And while charging Halberd attacks can mean a lot of moves, it only affects standing charged heavies. It has no effects on Guardian's charged guard counters or Ashes of War that you can hold, like Charge Force. Perhaps a more accurate description would be, creates a weaker Whirlwind alongside charged Halberd heavy attacks. Why weaker? Because the Whirlwind that gets created only deals 40% damage of the Guardian's normal ability. And instead of doing the knock-up, it only staggers like the extended Whirlwind does. It's got the same radius as the uncharged version of the ability, with the center being slightly forward. The damage scales with levels and physical damage buffs, and from my testing it deals 5 stance damage. Having multiple doesn't stack the effect. It doesn't synergize with successive attacks or post-damage recovery, but it works with successful attacks to restore stamina. All in all, it's an okay boost to the heavies. Problem is, normally spamming charged heavies is ill-advised, and specifically charged Halberd heavies are kinda ass. They are slow, and the damage or stance damage isn't that high. Among one-handed Halberd movesets, Guardian's unique one actually has the quickest charged heavy, but even still it's only slightly faster than Colossal's. The Whirlwind just about equalizes the Halberd's raw damage to the Colossal while charged heavying. And the kicker is, when comparing charged heavies to spamming lights, the DPS is similar. The stance damage from the heavies is higher, but when using those you can't move, dodge, block, or cancel out of it. Of which blocking is core to Guardian's gameplay. It's how he benefits from other abilities and other relics. You can two-hand the Halberd for the heavy to become a double hit, but it takes even longer, and the shield is out of the equation. At that point, you've just become a worse raider with a good support ultimate. With how bad Guardian's offensive stats are, it turns out the Whirlwind only equalizes his charged heavy attacks damage with Wilder. In conclusion, I don't like it. It helps a specific slow and vulnerable attack that's rarely used because it's counterintuitive to the rest of the character's design. It may be okay to use when the enemies aren't targeting you, but the payoff is just underwhelming, and there are other relics I'd rather have. If you're lucky, you might get a Halberd with a passive that also triggers on charged heavies, and other ones that give you damage resistance while charging a heavy, which can make the move actually worth doing, since now you're stacking multiple buffs on it. But you can't count on that happening every run. Even when I got it, I wasn't too impressed. If it actually did what it says, it would be a little more helpful, as it can do damage, potentially stagger enemies to keep you safe while charging the attack, and pull small enemies in to be hit by your attack. But no, it had to come after the heavy. And if they make it work with non-Halberds as well, I think it'll be way more interesting. Halberds as a whole just aren't very good in my opinion, barring a few exceptions. And I have a pole axe as my profile picture, okay? I love pole arms. Seeing them do fall damage is kinda sad. If you had frequent success with this relic effect, share it in the comments. Maybe I missed something about it. Or if you agree, feel free to say so too. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for being here. Goodbye now.